So I wrote this poem. It's called Frida, Khalo Saw Me Naked. At 6:45 a.m., I want to be next to Cat Stevens playing Peace Train. In Miami Beach, right where the Heat play, David Hasselhoff will have my seat saved, and I'll even have my goatee shaved because I like the way the breeze tastes. At 7:15, I'll be on a riverboat in Venice, sneaking a peek up Sacagawea's sundress, telling her I'd Lewis and Clark your body any day. By 8, I'd be drinking espresso at the Buckingham Palace gate, swing by my papa's grave and leave a note that would say, I wish you could have seen us out here before your body gave away. At 11:49, I'd be smoking opium with a dude who looks like Genghis Khan. Be in his palatial den by noon, where I'd find 13 black lab puppies with sweet tooths for change, an old record player scratching that one Lou Reed track we love because it reminds us that our house was big enough for one song at a time, and that song was love. Like honeybees on tulips entwined, falling like greedy men on their Lucifer vine. And though I wanted to say, no, we're doing just fine, a bottle of sin is no different than a bottle of gin if you're soaking 3 months of sobriety in juniper wine. At 1:36, egotism would burn like ayahuasca. Pain would be dosed out like prescription pills. Like today, we're just going to give you 10 milligrams of heartbreak. By 3 p.m., I'd be sitting in Budapest like sumo wrestlers at a Murray Calendar's, eager, hungry, and anxious that when the waiter brings my steak, it will be a meal too tough to swallow. I'll say it again, at 3 p.m., I'll be sitting in Budapest like sumo wrestlers at a Murray Calendar's, eager, hungry, and anxious that when the Creator brings my fate, it will be a pill too tough to swallow. So I sang smooth jazz with the swallows, rolling dice at the Bellagio, making art with Frida Khalo, who called me un hombre muy simpático. At 7 on the dot, I want to be making sweet love to Adele, whispering sultry love shit in her ears this time. At 8, I want to be cliff diving in Patagonia, cage diving in the Asian Pacific, riding a bobcat, working at CarMax, minus the Carfax, vibing to riffraff, and kaleidoscopic sun hats. Life's joint burns too fast, so when you run out of weed, sometimes you have to just throw in a boatload of grass because this life deserves to last. At 9, I want to be talking to my mother, telling her that even though she raised me, it's still okay for me to hold her sometimes. At 10, I want to be naked in a lavender field, clothed in the Vatican, and running wild through the fire swamp from Princess Bride, because this shit's only fun if you have a swamp rat chasing you from behind, and because I really don't think I'm afraid to die. At 11, I want to be crying, Antarctica pouring out my sockets. I want vagabonds and mystics and children and women to be back scratching me with their suffering so I know what it means to be human. At 11:59, I'd shoot out of bed screaming and pouring sweat. And I'd turn to you and I'd whisper, I just had the wildest fucking dream. And you'd smile at me with your marigold jelly eyes, and I'd know right there, even though Frida Kahlo saw me naked, you're the only one I want to make art with.